Hi Sagittarius, here's a general look at your solar chart for November 2010. Now, until late month, a more introspective period is at hand because your unconscious is going to be nearer the surface, your feelings are going to be nearer the surface. So in everyday sorts of situations, you may find yourself just zoning out a bit and kind of preoccupied maybe with something that you are pondering or something that's kind of bubbling up to the surface. There may be a lot going on around you though, demands being made on your time or your energy or both, and there could be moments when you've got to put your own plan for the day on one side to make yourself available for others. But even though you're going to be busy, your mind will probably be more focused on a private matter or ideas or energies. Something going on maybe in your private life as well. You may be reviewing a situation or doing a bit of a mini post-mortem on the past, finishing something off, spending more time engaged in perhaps nurturing, healing activities. That actually would be a very good idea. Maybe with friends, just, you know, in a very sort of low-key kind of way, or getting on with something kind of off to the side of the main event, whatever the main event is. But also you could be meeting with people in a sort of more enclosed, you know, there could be a sort of a social circle in a kind of cloistered, enclosed environment as well. So although it's tempting, you should avoid, whenever possible, getting sucked into other people's stuff or fall into the same old emotionally reactive rut, or perhaps respond in a fearful or indecisive kind of a way, which is ultimately counterproductive. Behind the scenes, you could be mulling things over, maybe keeping your cards close to your chest sometimes. This vibration also could translate as you spending more time on imaginative pursuits, healing, spiritual pursuits. You know, anything with the written or the spoken word actually is more emphasized after the 9th, or anything else which is self-expressive. Although if it is from the sort of the imaginative side of yourself, or maybe the more intuitive side of yourself, then that'll be all through the whole month. And your inner guidance is working very well at the moment, Sagittarius, and for some of you this could translate as involvement with or a collaboration with others who are aiming to bring about an environmental change or provide a healing service in some way, or selflessly assisting those on a sort of bigger scale. You'll be more in touch with your inner, wiser self, as I said, but you'll have to be firmer about boundaries and learn to say no when necessary. Happily, Mars, though, is in your sun sign, and that's going to increase your vitality and motivate you to achieve concrete results for your efforts. Mars is your urge to survive. And be competitive and be proactive, and that's going to be emphasized over the months. So it's a funny kind of a mix, really. Some of you may be going in for physical pursuits, which are kind of behind the scenes, which is going to get you healthier. Or maybe you've got to be more energetic to meet the demands upon you from others on a daily basis anyway, and so fitness is going to improve as a result of that. Mars is the spirit of enterprise as well, and you'll want to take the initiative now to drive things forwards. It should be coming from a deeper place, though, a more profound part of your being, or it could be you pulling the strings from behind the scenes in some way. Venus, for quite a while, is going to be in a private area of your solar chart, making you feel a little bit more emotionally sensitive, but also compassionate and unconditional in your feelings towards others, and definitely more open to the collective unconscious, the imaginal realm, the realm of visions. It means also that you could feel a bit nostalgic or sentimental at times, and you could also be the support for being the support, selflessly being the support for somebody else or others. And it's also great for spirituality, for yourself, any nurturing activities for yourself. After the 9th, you'll be getting clearer in your mind about what's just kind of been sort of vaguely mulling over. You've been sort of getting feelings about before. This will start to get clarified then from the 9th. Or indeed anything that you've been working on from behind the scenes, then you're more ready to kind of present that, come to a stage of presenting that, even though there still is going to be a lot which is not very outgoing. Ready to speak or present your ideas to certain others. They're more likely to engage with you or add to your knowledge base or your skill set or your experience, but your head is more likely to be full from the 9th onwards, and you've got a lot to do, you've got a lot on. Maybe it's about schedules, timetables and so on. You just don't relax enough. You tend not to relax enough then. So remember to balance that quiet self-nurturing need, relaxing activities, with being more dynamic and keeping all the balls in the air. Your ruling planet Jupiter has been and will be at the root of your chart for quite a while longer now, a few months, bringing with it an increased sense of stability and security. Externally, that could mean your base of operations is expanding or it's changing or being improved on in some way. You could be having more contact with members of your family or what you call your extended family or tribe. They could even be coming into your home. If you are looking, this is a good time to move. Or maybe you're going to be getting intermittent access to an environment that you prefer or a social circle that you click with, but also that you learn from, because Jupiter is a teacher planet, and that indicates you'll be learning new things from others or among others in an enclosed sort of environment over the time that Jupiter is at the root of your chart, and that's going to be up until the end of next January. It could be also that you get plunged into a neighborhood or a culture which is strange, alien to you, perhaps not 100% your style, but you learn from it. Uranus's influence in the same area as Jupiter is going to give all of this an edge. Uranus has been down there giving you an underlying sort of emotional uncertainty or tension to do with family members, the home base, perhaps, your community, where you belong. This has got an instability with it, but it could have been a lot of toing and froing over this last nearly 7 years as well, and that's due to end early next year. So during the time that Uranus has got left here, if it hasn't happened already, or it might be in the process, there could be some break with the past, and also a change of fundamental, your fundamental living routines, your domestic setup, and still more toing and froing or short journeys necessary. For 2+ years, Saturn will be reminding you that certain groups or friendships have outlived their relevance, but on the other hand, you will be aiming to connect yourself up with the sorts of kindred spirits that you can really do business with, do more serious work with, however small a group that is, whether it's a club, a society, or something global. Why not think big? In this age of the internet, that's altogether possible. But yeah, already you could be feeling at one remove from people that you've hung out with in the past. You may already be shifting your values on that score there, and thinking very differently about what you want at this stage in your life. And yes, already being catapulted into a very different social setup and perhaps you're trying to find your feet at the moment, but you're feeling this potential there. And the ultimate outcome is going to be that you will have built over this 2-year period, just a bit more than 2 years, a whole new social network made up of kindred spirits, or the sorts of people which underpin the direction you'd now like your life to follow. And from the 22nd, you'll be feeling more outgoing and proactive. And that's it for November. If you know your rising sign, listen to that too, because it'll throw another light on what I've said here. And I'll see you the next time.